At the beginning of the film, we observe the main character. Late at night, Janet sits in front of the mirror and preens. Having done a light makeup, she stares intently at her reflection and then up and leaves. Morning comes. Janet tidies her perfect mansion, then drinks coffee and cooks breakfast for herself. The doorbell catches the girl slicing tomatoes. Janet takes off her apron and walks into the hallway. She meets Leo and looks at him incredulously. The man informs her that he is a plumber who's been called in to fix the bathroom. Janet looks at the documents and recognizes her husband's signature. The girl still doesn't agree to let Leo into the house, thinking it's strange that her husband didn't announce her about the repairs. The man tries to call Janet's husband, but he hears only ringing tones. Leo offers to sit in the car until her husband calls back to confirm the repairs. However, Janet still trusts the man and lets him into the house. She accompanies Leo into the bathroom while he comments on the interior and calls everything around him the whims of the rich. Janet leaves the man in the bathroom and goes downstairs. After washing the things, the girl turns to the kitchen and continues cooking lunch. Soon, Janet discovers that there is no water flowing from the tap. She goes up to the second floor and sees another guy called Sammy. He is impressed by Janet's figure, but she just waves him off and asks when there will be water, as she has to cook bolognese. Leo says that water is not necessary for this dish and offers to help the girl in the kitchen. The man admires the expensive and good mincemeat. Janet tells him that she bought it at the market, where the working class is also allowed. This offends Leo, but he controls himself. Janet is pouring herself a drink when the man asks for a drink as well. The girl takes out a new glass and notices that Leo has soiled her perfectly white towel. Janet imagines smashing the glass over his head. Leo picks up his drink and returns to the bathroom. The girl hears a knock on the door again and sees her friend Tasha. The woman offers to do yoga, during which she says that Janet was wrong to let such a strange couple into the house. The girl asks not to worry. She is sure that she will be able to stand up for herself. Soon, Janet tells her friend that her husband had little contact with her during the evening. In the morning, Janet doesn't find the man, although his belongings, suitcases, and car are still in their places. The girl is also confused by the fact that Leo appeared immediately afterward. The man standing inconspicuously in the kitchen tells her that he received a bid to install the bathroom almost a week ago. Tasha goes outside as she receives a call from a customer. Janet hears strange noises and goes upstairs. She sees Leo playing her husband's violin and imagines getting revenge on him for it. Afterward, Janet says she will call the police. Leo asks skeptically what the landlady is going to report, that she has a handyman doing repairs at her house. Janet is slow to answer, and the man decides to go out with Sammy for a while so that the girl can calm down. She returns to the kitchen and pours the bolognese that Leo helped her make into the sink. Janet also sends a voicemail message for her husband, asking if he will return home for dinner. Looking out the window, she notices Leo chatting with Tasha's son. Janet again imagines how she will deal with the annoying man right in front of the child. The girl picks up the boy and is about to take him home. Meanwhile, Sammy decides to put on Janet's cosmetics. And Leo wanders around the house, looking in all the rooms. The girl talks to Tasha, who thinks that her friend's husband might have deliberately hired nasty plumbers to torment her. The woman also recalls that Evan abused his ex-wife and then broke up with her for Janet. The girl reveals that she would like to become a writer so she can tell a lot of things to the world. Also, Janet shares with her friend that she feels real rage and longs to hurt people. Sammy, meanwhile, fantasizes about talking to the landlady and possibly asking her out on a date. Leo, meanwhile, sneaks into the office and studies various documents and things in it. The man also finds a small wallet and takes money out of it. Janet talks to her friend about her fear that her husband will want to divorce her. Tasha suggests that, in such an eventuality, she should be consulted as a lawyer. During the conversation, the woman throws special knives. Janet returns home and sees Sammy trying to open the garage. Leo explains that they need somewhere to leave the bathtub until tomorrow morning. Janet promises to talk to the neighbors and asks them to leave the bathtub outside. The girl is adamant about opening the garage. Janet demands that in an hour, the men connect all the pipes, turn on the water in the house, and then leave. Under the setting sun, the girl stands in the kitchen, chopping herself a salad. Janet turns up the music louder to drown out the noise coming from the bathroom. Leo comes downstairs and apologizes for disturbing the landlady's household. The man also says that it is very important to protect your home in such a troubled time. Leo mentions a story that happened recently. A man broke into a house, tied up the whole family, cut off their hair and put it in their mouths, and then slit everyone's throats. Janet likes this story a lot. She imagines kissing Leo and then biting him with her teeth. The girl comes to her senses when Sammy appears in the kitchen. The guy informs her that he has turned on the water and is about to leave with Leo. Left alone, Janet imagines that she is the main character in a horror film. Morning comes. The girl wakes up to a noise and is surprised to find workers in the house. Leo greets her and offers her an omelet, which they quickly cook. Janet is perplexed. The plumber promises to arrive by 10 a.m., but the man says that this hasn't happened. She returns to her room and studies her husband's bills. Janet comes in the bathroom and says that Evan couldn't have paid for the bathroom repairs since there are no such transactions. Leo takes the landlady aside and tells her that the man paid in cash since he launders money through his company. The man is also amused that Janet doesn't try to find her husband, but ineptly lies that he is on a business trip. Leo doesn't know where Evan is, perhaps with his mistress or at an important conference. However, the man wonders if Janet herself knows the whereabouts of her husband. The bewildered girl returns to the kitchen, hearing renovations going on upstairs. Soon she tries to kick the guys out, however Leo threatens her. The man is about to go to get tools and demands that by the time he returns, Janet tell him where her husband keeps the laundered money. In a panic, the girl pushes Leo outside, after which she locks all the doors and windows. Janet observes as the man gets into the car with Sammy and then drives away. Evening comes. She makes herself a few sandwiches and pours a glass of Coke. Taking it all on a tray, Janet goes down to the garage. Brushing her teeth before going to bed, she notices the tool Leo had forgotten. Lying in bed, Janet writes something in her diary, putting the tool on the bedside table. At night, Leo enters the garage through a small window. A man is inspecting a car when suddenly he hears a strange noise. Leo switches on the light and notices Janet's husband tied up in a chair. The man removes the duct tape from Evan's mouth, but doesn't release him completely. Leo tells him that he wants all of his big company's money from Evan in exchange for his freedom. The man tries to talk the plumber out of it and suggests that he simply increase his share greatly. Leo continues to argue, whereupon Evan loudly calls for his wife. Janet bursts into the basement and attacks the plumber. Leo only laughs and chases the weak girl into the kitchen himself. Janet manages to pick up a knife and gives the man a brief fight back. Leo pushes the girl to the floor and demands to know where the money is. Janet manages to escape again and goes up to her room. There she arms herself with a poker, with which she stuns Leo, who has run in. The next day, Janet calls her friend and asks her to come to visit. Tasha is amazed at the disorder around her and asks why her friend is acting so strangely. Janet is about to hire the woman as a lawyer and asks her to take a look at what she will have to work with. Together with Tasha, she goes down to the garage. Stopping briefly, Janet asks Tasha not to be frightened and informs her that she had no choice. The woman goes a little further and sees two bound men in a chair. Evan, Janet's husband, and Leo can be recognized in them. After assessing the situation, Tasha suggests they go upstairs for a drink. Janet reveals that she found out that her husband was about to leave for a mistress. While Evan was in the shower, the girl hit him on the head several times and then dragged him to the garage. Tasha believes that it is impossible to judge her friend's act. The woman even makes her a discount for her services and asks for only $100,000 in cash. Janet opens a special cash box with the help of the microwave and pays her friend. Tasha's son reports that there is a man standing outside. The friends leave the house and see Sammy outside the bathroom. Tasha lies that they have refused Leo's services and he has already left. Sammy tells them that he has no one, lives alone, and doesn't communicate with anyone but Leo. So it's very hard for him. The guy calls Leo and the girls go to the garage to bring the phone, which he supposedly forgot. Tasha tells her friend that they absolutely have to take Sammy out, as he is an unnecessary witness who will only ruin the deal. The women wear special suits and arm themselves with construction tools. Meanwhile, Sammy hears strange noises in the garage and tries to understand what could be making them. The guy peeks into the room where Tasha is discussing the best way to get rid of it. Noticing Sammy, the woman catches up with him and commits a cruel reprisal. Afterward, along with her friend, Tasha gets rid of the remains in the bathroom. On break, the woman orders nuggets for her son and a salad for Janet. The girl returns to the basement and thinks about who will be next. The girl decides to feel sorry for Evan and destroy him first. Before doing so, Janet reads him her farewell letter. Evan calls his wife an old and crazy woman, which causes her aggression. Janet hurts her husband and then talks to her friend. The men at this time try to escape. Evan loses his life, but Leo escapes through the garage door. Janet runs over him with her car and thanks him for the new bathroom. Tasha picks up the food and goes to her son, and the character hugs what's left of her husband. That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Give this video a like and write in the comments what you think about this film, and we'll see you in the next one.